A melanin-rich couple or individual should not attempt to raise a child while still infected by white supremacy and/or feminism. Here's why. Cat eye. Because contamination reproduces itself, a child raised by infected minds will inherit those infections, not by genetics, but by environment, modeling, and instruction. White supremacy programming teaches a child to distrust themselves and their people, worship foreign validation and power, view melanin as a liability, not a gift, fear independence from the oppressor. Feminism programming, especially Eurocentric, teaches a child to confuse liberation with rebellion against natural order, reject divine complementarity between man and woman, embrace dysfunction as strength, shame or ridicule traditional family structure. Open quote, "You don't raise a child just with food, you raise them with your unseen beliefs." Close quote. Because confused adults raise conflicted children, a parent infected with white supremacy may try to protect their child by teaching them to assimilate, punishing natural behavior, language, or culture. A parent infected with feminism may teach boys to be ashamed of manhood or teach girls that submission to cultural order is oppression. Result? Children who are out of rhythm with themselves and their creator. Children who grow up vulnerable to systems, disconnected from code, and ashamed of their culture. Open quote. A confused parent is a weapon, whether they intend to be or not. Close quote. 3. Because the child becomes the battlefield. Raising a child while infected turns the household into a cultural war zone. The child absorbs the contradictions between what is said and what is modeled. They begin to question themselves, not the system. They either become submissive to external forces or violent in internal collapse. Open quote. You don't just raise a child's body, you raise their spirit. Infected spirits infect spirits. Close quote. Hanai 4. Because it violates the guardian law of child-centered culture, you declared, open quote, all systems must be child-centered. No harm shall come to the child, not directly or through neglect of self-purification. Close quote. To raise a child without detox is to violate the sacred trust between elder and seed, nation, and legacy. V. What must be done before parenting begins? Whether the individual is already a parent or preparing to be. 1. Complete the mental rebirth protocol. 2. Earn the associate and bachelor degrees of the Universal Series. 3. Demonstrate mastery of the 10 stops and the Guardian filter. 4. Cleanse from white supremacy and feminism at all levels: behavior, language, finance, family roles, faith, health. 5. Build the family culture first, then raise the child in it. Conclusion. A child is a sacred seed. Infected soil cannot nourish them. To raise a child while still infected is to plant them in poison and pray for a harvest of life. That's not parenting. That's unintentional sabotage. Righteous parenthood begins with detox. Anything else is destruction by default.